All right, here we are on a Tuesday. Welcome everybody to the show. Make sure I'm double check to make sure I'm recording, which we are. So welcome into the show. I'm Eyes. Good to see you guys. I think a lot of you guys know who I am, but here I am anyway. My socials are there if you want to check those out. Prominent told me I've been posting more on Instagrams lately, so yeah, you might want to follow my Instagrams as well as my Spotify. But, enough about me. Welcome to the show. It's the Antiperfectionist community. Happy to have everybody here. It's been a hot minute since we've done a podcast. Unfortunately, we don't have a special guest today because last minute changes. We did have something lined up, but we still wanted to put on a show today and make sure that we actually put another episode out there. So, as per usual, I'm with the co-host or the main host, Prominent. Let me switch to the other screen and unmute my dog real quick. Feel free to get your intros in, big dog.
Yo, what's going on, everybody? If you don't know who I am, I'm Brandon, aka the Prominent BEG, and it just feels so good to be getting the Anti-Perfectionist Podcast going again. It's been a long time, and we've been gone for a long time, but we're going to explain that later throughout the episode and things like that. Just what we've been up to, all that stuff, catching up, and it's just good to see you, man. It's good sitting here again.
I know, dude.
It feels like old times,
It's been actually a really freaking long time. Jakey Pake's in here, Tay's in here, Buzz in here. I think I accidentally somehow pulled up your clip. Also, what? Wow, was that hard? We need a double at the same time. 3, 2, 1. What? Wow, was that hard? Wow, is that?
Why is my stream lagging?
All right, so I cut down I turned off the automatic shout out thing, but evidently it's still working on this channel, on this page. All right, cool. Just getting some administrative stuff knocked out here. All right, cool. All right, so now we're back to podcast mode officially. So I have chat pulled up on my second monitor down here, aka my laptop, and I got the main sexiest attraction right in here on my main screen right there.
Oh, thank you so much. And I
then,
should say the same about you.
Shoot. But the thing is, I don't have a cat in the background. That's the difference.
That's true too. I got my cat back there, Billie Holiday, just vibing.
Billie Holiday, that's right.
She might come up and bother us a couple of times, but that's cats for you.
It's not really a bother for me, but
not at all.
Is what it is. My cats kind of don't really try to get on my lap whenever I'm streaming, but they're kind of halfway.
Mine does plenty
anyway. Anyway, dog, we got to catch up because we got to end the call, and then we were like, let's intentionally not catch up. So we can talk about it on the show. We're going to be going for about 2 hours here, everybody. So buckle the frick up and welcome to the show. We'll try to kind of balance watch and chat while we discuss other things. It'll be easier because we don't have a guest that we're trying to respect and pay that attention to. But let's just start with catching up, dude. How's life in Seattle? Or did I just dox you?
Seattle's been great.
No, okay.
I mean, Seattle's a big ass city, so I doubt they're gonna find me. But for people that don't know, like when we were doing the Anti-Perfectionist Podcast episode, like when we were real consistent with the episodes and everything, I wasn't living in Seattle. I was living in Kentucky at the time, and that's the reason why like my streams had stopped during like the summer last year, because I was dealing with moving and getting settled and everything. And that's also why I haven't been able to stream as much lately, just because since I came out here, I've gotten a lot of new opportunities and made a bunch of new friends. So I've been able to get a lot more gigs and things like that, which is, trust me, it's great. It's amazing. I love it,
Mm-hmm.
But because of that, streaming has kind of taken a toll a little bit, but that doesn't mean it's completely gone. I still try to stream when I can, usually, but most of my days usually are either working or just trying to do gigs, rehearsals, jam sessions, all that kind of stuff,
Oh, yeah.
And if you follow me on Instagram, like you can see like I'm always out like at a jam session or hanging out with friends or at a show or something like that, So it's not like I just like stop the stream just to like not do anything at all. Like I've been doing stuff, trust me.
Mm-hmm.
But the streams are not dead at all, for sure.
No, like, I know that. I've seen you actually stream. You actually went live, I think, last week, didn't you?
I did, yeah.
Yeah, I thought so.
just like catching up with the chat and things like that. And I worked on a little music as well, so it
Mm-hmm.
was just fun. It's always fun just like be able to come back and sit down and talk to the community and things like that.
Yeah, it's you kind of miss it after a while, to be honest.
Oh, definitely.
I've actually even cut down a day of streaming just because it was too much for me, just with everything going on in my life with work and working on the album and stuff like that. I was like, all right, I gotta just get a little bit more breathing room. Things are a little too busy.
Yeah, you gotta like take a break a little bit and just unwind from being busy all the time,
Yeah,
which everybody needs.
yeah, 1,000%. But you happy out there? Happy that I told you you better freaking make the move so you can get some life experience and decide if you like it.
It's been a great life experience so far.
Good.
Like to my surprise, like coming out here, like literally like what 2 days after I moved out here, I was able to make plenty of friends. Like, and within a month of me being out here, I joined 2 bands. So I'm in 2 bands right now and working 2 jobs, which keeps me busy all the time for sure. But it's not like the type of stress that like makes you want to like go crazy and just crash out or anything like that. Like it's a good busy, and I'm still able to get
Mm-hmm.
rest when I can. So everything has been going great for me so far.
I thankfully struck a good balance myself too. They had to switch my work schedule at work, and I went from 4 10s to 5 8s, and I was like, dang, so I have to pick up an extra day at work. But it ended up being a lot better for me. I work Monday through Friday now instead of having like two midweek days off or whatever. And at
Yeah.
first, I didn't really know what to do with that sort of limited amount of time, like off day wise. Especially since usually my Fridays I would stream, we would do Eliminate, then the next day I would immediately go skate at the skate park. So I had my next off day planned and knew what to do. Then the 2 following days were chilled. So at first it was like, all right, now I have nothing to do on my following day, and then I go skate on Sunday. It was weird. But like probably for about a month now going on, I've decided to figure out my routine, and I get up fairly early in the mornings now, and even on a Saturday I just get up, start my day slowly. Sometimes it's cleaning, just kind of get in the motion of like put my mind to work. Then I treat myself to a tea because I don't drink the sweet sugary drinks during the week anymore, but I do allow
Or
myself
like
on
the
Saturdays.
seltzer water and all that stuff like that.
Seltzer water isn't like sweet. It's like 0 calorie and no fake sugar. It's just so I still drink those during the week sometimes, but I'm talking like the drinks that are like 200, 300 calories. You know
Oh
what I mean?
yeah.
They're super good. But I mean, I only treat myself to that on the weekend now. And Saturday is my work day where I sit down and work on either merch requests because I do custom merch for people now on the shop, or I will do like the thank you videos for people who bought merch, and then start working on music just for hours. And I've made a lot of progress ever since I've done that, and it's a fun schedule. I look forward to working on music rather than having to force myself to cut out time during the week or something like that.
Oh, definitely.
So, yeah, I'm feeling pretty good about my schedule right now. Very consistent, very happy about it.
Yeah, and mine's starting to get a little more consistent as well. Like the more stuff that I've been doing, it's been kind of forcing me to like make a schedule and be more consistent with everything and to follow a strict schedule, which honestly I'm really grateful for because it helps me so much into just organizing my life instead of just like struggling like, okay, I got a little bit of free time. How am I going to spend it? And then I'm able to even it out between just relaxing and just trying to get stuff done that I want to do, like practicing or working on music, things like that.
Yeah. Yeah, no, it's good. I mean, it also there's a difference thinking about that little bit of free time that you were just mentioning. When I work 8 hours in the day and then stream, I still have free time after to like eat, unwind a little bit, and go to bed. Versus the 10-hour workday,
Oh yeah.
get home, have to stream immediately, have to eat, and then go to bed. Like no time to unwind.
Right.
So, but Tay, to answer your question about the tea, I have hojicha. It's a roasted green tea. It's in powder form, and I use like a little whisk in a tea bowl. It's very technical. Well, not very technical, but like I keep water at a certain degree. I weigh everything out in grams, and I just so it's the same drink every time. It's a good drink. Since I'm not able to really drink coffee anymore, I found an alternative.
Yeah, I don't even drink coffee at all anyway, so I don't have to worry about that.
Yeah, I wonder if you'd like hojicha. Choose would
I'd be willing to
make fun of
try
me
it.
for
Like, I'm not
talking
completely against
about
it. Oh, was she really?
because I talk about it all the time. Like, so it's super good.
Yeah, like
agree,
me,
Tay.
like
I
the
agree,
only
Tay.
things I really drink are like water, tea, and like juice. That's pretty much it. And sparkling water, of course. Like sparkling water has become like a thing for me since I've been out here in
I
Seattle because
told
that's what
you. What
everybody
did I tell
drinks.
you? It's so good. And
It
then
is
you can
though.
get the flavored ones too. Like you can get orange cream,
Exactly.
sparkling water, and I always
Like
do
peach or
lime.
like
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
raspberry, you know.
Oh, I found grape. I found grape
Oh,
Waterloo,
I've never had a grape
and it
one.
is actually really good. I had one last night. I was like, so good.
It's like sparkling water. It's such like a good alternative to like just drinking alcohol. Because if y'all don't know, I stopped drinking alcohol like a few months ago,
Dude,
and honestly, it's been great for me.
I stopped drinking at the end of December, like even before the new year hit. And I was like, I'm gonna stop
Yeah.
drinking at least for a few months, and I feel amazing. I've been like
Yeah, I don't
doing the
crave it anymore, you know, because like in Seattle, like everybody out here drinks because there's like bars and lounges everywhere. So it's like almost anywhere you go, people are gonna offer you drinks and stuff like that. People are like, "Oh, I'll buy you a drink," and then I'll just tell them like, "Sure," but I'll just say like a non-alcoholic beer or something like that.
dude. People make fun of me because I drink Shirley Temples, and I'm like, oh, they taste so good. But I learned that they taste better if you use what is an original Shirley Temple, which is ginger ale instead of Seven Up, and
Oh
it
yeah,
is so freaking good. But it's just packed with sugar.
exactly.
So I mean, I'll have another drink at some point, but it feels good right now to not be drinking. Every time I go on my run of no drinking, I always like after a few months just feel amazing. It's like a long. It takes.
Oh
It's a
yeah.
slow process before you realize how much better you feel. It doesn't hit like
Oh
within a
definitely.
week. It takes like a couple months. Well, for me at least.
Oh yeah. No, for sure. It's like people out here at least that they don't belittle you for not drinking or anything like that. They're just like, okay, cool, whatever. And like even at bars that I've been to and things like that where I've watched friends perform, like told the bartender it's like, no, I'm not trying to drink. And then like she immediately offered up like it was like a CBD like fruit punch or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Which there was like it wasn't like getting me like high or anything like that, but it was just like a healthy like fruit punch and it was actually really good.
It's so good. I like I like fruit punch though. It's super
I do
good.
too.
So yeah, I mean, I've been doing that, the no drinking, and then I've also been eating a lot healthier. Genuinely
Oh, for sure.
focusing, putting vegetables in my meals a lot more, and
Oh yeah.
yeah, I've been eating broccoli, mushrooms, asparagus, tomatoes. I'm shredding them right now.
Like me, what I usually do is like when I'm cooking meals, like I also I'll have like ignore her tail right here if you see it, but Billy's climbing on my desk. But yeah, I'll usually get like a frozen packet of like vegetables, and I can like heat that up and cook it and stuff like that over the stove or whatever.
Hmm.
Excellent addition to almost any meal. And there's like different varieties too, like ones that have like just broccoli, or others that have like broccoli, carrots, cauliflower, and stuff like that. Like it is so much easier that way.
Yeah, yeah. So let's get into some potatoes here, since we're talking
Oh
about
yeah.
vegetables. What are you working on right now?
Right now, I'll tell you guys this. Like I've been trying to figure out plans of what I want to do in terms of like career wise when it comes to music production. And I think I finally locked into an idea that would work really well for me. So in the past, for some people, I've created like some like music for like people to use as like theme songs, or like background music for streamers
Hmm.
or like other creators and things like that. And I honestly like really like doing that. It's a lot of fun. because it helps me be a lot more diverse when it comes to my music, and also it gives people a chance to have music that they want to play with their streams without worrying about like copyright strikes and other things like that, you know. And what I told myself was, you know what, I can actually capitalize on this and start doing this a little more. So right now what I'm doing is writing up a business plan for to use for people that I can advertise as like, oh, I can create theme songs or background music for you guys, for creators and things like that, for people that want to have music playing in the background without the worry of copyright or music, people that aren't really as knowledgeable when it comes to music terms and things like that, you know. And eventually like I can start probably like getting paid for it or making an income off of it in the future, you know, because there were times I have created like theme songs and other stuff for people for like their podcasts and things like that, and I got paid for it. And I told myself, why don't I just start doing this more? You know, people like your music, people like the fact having like a custom theme song for their stuff and things like that, you know. So it's like, why don't I just keep doing it? So right now I'm just trying to like draw up a business plan and get that going, that way I can be able to capitalize on it and just keep it going for as long as I can.
Are you,
and hopefully it'll like build up in the future.
Are you doing it for just streamers, or are there people in your personal circles that need production work done
both
for them
actually.
too?
Both actually, like not even just streamers, but like YouTubers or like any other like creators out there that want to just have like custom music and not having to like go and like download stuff and things like that, you know.
Yeah.
So it's just like if they want like a theme song, it's like, oh, just hit up Prominent. Like he can make some good music for you, and like he offers like a good deal and like good prices and things like that, you know.
And Tay just said she might need your services soon. Have you seen Tay streams?
I haven't.
She streams on Whatnot. It's like
oh yeah,
I think it's like a primarily known as an auction bid website. She does a lot of jewelry stuff. It's pretty cool.
Oh yeah,
she's good.
Yeah. If you would like some, Tay, like hit me up for sure. I can definitely help you out with that.
A few opening and closing theme songs for vintage shows.
Oh yeah, I could definitely do that for you if you'd like.
So, are you staying in the realm of jazz, or is that what I caught earlier when you said you like it because it's kind of getting you out of your zone? Are you doing?
I'm staying in the realm of jazz a little bit, but I want to be able to like branch out to like not like complete other genres, but like genres that kind of like circle around it, like R&B, like hip hop, kind of like lo-fi a little bit, like stuff like that, you know. But also I'm able to like branch out and do other things for people as well, depending on what they ask for.
Yeah.
And like if they ask for like something specific that's not in my range, of course, like I wouldn't have to do that on my own. I know other people that are like willing to help out with that. Like if I were to like hit you up and they wanted like a specific like rock kind of theme or something like that, me and you can like collab on a theme or something like that, you know.
Yeah, that'd actually be kind of cool. Pretty sick.
And also in terms of like writing my own music, that's still going, of course. I've been writing a lot more stuff lately, and I'm trying to like figure out how I want to go about releasing the music as well, because another idea that I had was to like get like, I guess in a way, a portfolio out there of like my music. That way people can see like what kind of music I make for getting future clients and things like that, you know. So, and I had the idea that I've seen other people like post music and things like that, and they can still get royalties and things like that off of it, off of like posting like copyright free music that people can use like freely in their streams and stuff, as long as I get credited, of course, you know.
Yeah.
So that would be like a good approach for me right there as well. So that's kind of what I've been going towards.
That's actually kind of sick. Like turning it into a little bit more of a business model type of thing.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. I was producing for somebody a while ago, a long time ago. It only lasted about a month or two because I personally, for me, got a little tired of producing for somebody else. But it wasn't like
instead of just like producing for yourself.
Yeah, it wasn't a group of people either. Like it wasn't like this streamer, that streamer, and the other. It was just one person. I think where I get the hang up about it, where other people might not, is I have so many projects of my own that I need to work on. So when I start overloading myself with other stuff, it makes it a lot more difficult to prioritize and focus. like
Oh no, I
what
get
needs
that
to be done.
completely.
You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
even like working with Buzz on one of his songs, I'm like, he and I both know that we're both taking our time on his song. He knows that I'm putting out my record, and I know that he's trying to get other musicians involved as well. So it's taking time. I'm not trying to completely just back burner it, but we're both at a stage where it's like, all right, we'll get to it eventually.
And that's the thing too. It's like at the end of the day, like you got to prioritize life as well. You know, like
Mm-hmm.
we're not going to be able to get a shit done right away all the time. You know, because everybody has their own priorities as well that they're trying to get through, and that's perfectly okay. You know,
I think
but
that's
that doesn't mean it's just like immediately getting like dismissed or anything like
I
that
think
either.
it's sort of a problem that social media has caused us to perceive or like to misperceive. I don't know exactly. What I'm trying to say is people got addicted to social media, and especially right now, the attention span being like lower. A lot of people
Oh yeah,
addicted to reels and shorts, like talk videos or whatever. It is what it is, right? But there's also another side that it's done to us, in my opinion, that it made us expect a lot more out of ourselves, and we've lost that idea of being realistic that you need rest. You're not an algorithm that can just run and change all the time. You need to be a human and have a little bit of breathing room.
exactly. And that's what I feel like a lot of people forgot too. Because when it comes to social media, like another thing that has really amplified because of it is instant gratification.
Mm-hmm.
Like they expect something to be, or like when they post something, they expect it to like go viral, and people are expecting to go viral all the time. But it's just like that's not how it goes, you know.
Yeah.
Like social media, like people see it a lot of different ways. Like a lot of people see social media as like purely for business, you know, like promoting themselves, things like that. Other people see social media as others like just connecting with friends and family and things like that, you know? So at the end of the
Yeah.
day, I feel like it all depends on perspective and how you see it, but it can be used both ways as well. You just have to try not to get caught up in it to the point where it's gonna rot your brain, you know?
Yeah, exactly. Being an artistic person, social media is such a blessing and a curse. Amazing to be able to connect and share, but it's easy to start basing your worth off of numbers. Exactly. It took a long time for me to disconnect myself from the numbers. I'm actually finally really at a stage where I'm to a point where I'm just doing it because I love to do it, and if something happens because of it, cool. But I think it's more important. Like, it's more important to me to leave a piece of myself behind because I'm not going to be around forever, and those numbers aren't going to matter. But what I have put on physical media or through music and stuff like that stays. You know,
Oh, definitely.
I
And that's kind of how I see it too. It's just like I want to be able to put myself out there because we're not going to live forever. And by that time, like, who cares about the numbers? Who cares how big I got? Things like that.
mm-hmm.
Like my main goal is not to like have thousands and hundreds of thousands of followers. Like I don't care about that because like people already know me. Like they know me as a person, things like that. And it's like I'm not trying to portray myself any differently online than I am in real life. You know?
Yeah, same. I think it'd be. I used to have that goal, play in front of millions of people or hundreds of thousands, whatever it is.
Yeah.
That was a goal, and there's a part of you that's still. While that's such more of a. I don't know. Shallow's the wrong word, but we'll use it in this context. It's like a shallow goal, sort of, but there's still a part of me that's like, yeah, that would be cool if that happens, but I'm not really chasing that anymore. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
It's I don't know. It kind of makes me think of things like how they just won't let franchises just die off and stuff like that. It loses all of its artistic integrity and stuff like that. So if I start focusing on my music as a bus to success and fame, then I've lost artistic integrity, and it doesn't make me feel good.
Yeah, then you're doing it for the wrong reasons at that point.
Yeah.
Like you're pursuing music just for the business side of it, but where's the passion at? You just lost it at that point. And it's not going to be the same after you lost the passion.
No. And every time pursued the business side of it, I lose interest heavily. So now it's my perspective is, yeah, I'll post on social media every now and again, whenever it feels like I actually have something to say, rather than just putting more marketing noise out there for people to avoid. Like, I'll put something out there when I feel like it's cool to say something, or maybe funny to say something, and then I'll just keep streaming and keep meeting people along the way, and hopefully they attach to my music and share it with their friends.
Exactly.
That's the goal.
Right. And like for me, like I've had people tell me plenty of times, like, you don't need to worry about the social media as much as you think you do. 'Cause it's like people tell me, it's like, yeah, you're already doing the damn thing out there. You're going out meeting people, you're getting shows, like playing with bands and things like that. So it's just like, well, do you really need to like put yourself out there on social media? Because like for a while I was led to believe like, yeah, I have to like post consistently on social media if I want to grow big and things like that. And it's just like, yeah, that's partly true, but I'm not trying to make my whole musical presence about social media either.
No.
Like it's definitely helps, but it's not a main priority for me at all.
And I think personally, my prediction could be way off, or opinion. I don't think it's as effective as it used to be anymore.
No, because there's already too many people on it. Everybody's trying to do the exact same thing.
Yeah, everyone.
You're just in a big sea of people trying to like stand out in the crowd.
Yeah.
But even if you stand out in the crowd, you still got a whole nother wave of competition with you.
Or another wave coming.
Exactly. Yeah.
You know, usually, what happens when a wave happens? Doesn't it get tucked under, and then the undertow pulls it back out to the ocean? A lot of the time. Or am I incorrect?
And then another wave is going to form right after that, you know?
Yeah. So, I mean, and it helps with dealing with burnout and expectations or disappointment and stuff. Like, it helps manage a lot more because you're not so focused on trying to fight everybody else. I think my opinion is, if you just stay yourself, be honest and true to yourself from the beginning, be honest and true to people around you from the beginning, and just stay as consistent as possible that you can, realistically, then you're riding the wave at that point. You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly.
Sometimes I wonder at this point if it's about the persistence rather than the loud voice. I think sometimes persistence matters more.
No, it definitely does. Like, I got I got musician friends out here that they hardly ever post like on social media and stuff like that at all, but they're still well known. People know who they are. Like, if you show up to like a venue to like play or something like that, everybody's gonna know that person. Like, oh hey, what's up? How you doing, man?
Yeah.
Like things like that. But at the same time, it's like they're not posting on social media. They might make a post or like post on their story like every now and again, but it's not like they're posting like every other day or something like that, you know?
No, yeah. My brother was reading a marketing book. I talked to him on the phone yesterday, and he said something about current studies show that people are turned off by marketing, period, this current day and
Definitely.
age. And I'm like, so I'm glad I'm not doing that marketing on Instagram anymore. Like,
yeah, because you'll see posts that it's like people are trying to like promote this or sponsor this or do that, and it's just like, again, really?
Yeah, I mentioned my
Like,
stuff
seeing
on
all the time
stream.
scrolling down, like,
I mentioned my stuff on stream, like the merch shop and the music and my upcoming plans and stuff like that. But I try to not make it a whole 30 seconds of like, go look at the shop, go listen, la la la. No, I just try to remind people consistently that it's there without being an advertisement.
right, exactly.
So, I mean, that's where I am on that. So,
It's like when you see people like put themselves out there for like brands or sponsorship deals and things like that, and they don't seem like the same person that they usually are when they post or whatever. Like they just seem like another robot just for that brand or whatever, you know?
dude, way off topic, right? But did you see the? Speaking of not even the same person anymore, did you see the Jim Carrey thing?
I did.
It's kind of whack, dude. Like, I'm not like a conspiracy theorist or whatever, but it is so different how it's wild how different he looks. It's almost like, yeah, you just switched a person, and you're calling him Jim Carrey.
And everybody's talking about like, is that really Jim Carrey? And then like some makeup artist or something like that had like a silicone mask or something like that. People are all like, oh no, that's not him. That's just that artist. And then
Yeah,
there's so many different things behind it now. It's just like every time I'm like,
and Tay said it's Uncanny Valley, and it is.
Yeah,
It doesn't. It a lot of the pictures that I've seen do not look like him, and the way he talks is not very much like him at all. It doesn't really sound like him. I just think it's weird. I know. I guess I've heard that there is legitimate proof of like famous people needing body doubles and stuff like that, and I don't know if that's true or not. It's just something I've heard.
I've heard about stuff like that too, and it's wild to me.
But I'm just like,
it just tells me to stay away from Hollywood.
Yeah, pretty much, dog. And even if you're not gonna get a body double, you're gonna hit that point to where you're just like, you know what? I'm prominent. My face doesn't look good anymore. I'm gonna get plastic surgery, and then you're gonna look way different.
I'm not gonna look like myself at all. Like if I decided to do that, which I'm never gonna get plastic surgery. I'm gonna tell you that right now. I don't care.
I read somewhere that Jim Carrey himself said that if he ever came out of retirement, it's not him. Wait, he's retired? I don't follow 100% pop culture. I saw this on Instagrams at some point. I was like, that's freaking Jim Carrey. Are you kidding me? I don't know.
I wouldn't be surprised if he did retire, honestly. He's done so much, like acting-wise and all that stuff. So if he did retire, good for him, you know?
Yeah. It's a weird one. It's a weird one. I'm not buying the conspiracy theory that it's a body double, but I'm also at the same time not buying that it's Jim Carrey. You know, I'm
exactly.
I'm like, these days with a lot of issues and a lot of things that people are fighting about, I'm such a fence sitter because like there's a side to every story. You know what I mean? I'm just like, yeah, it's whatever. It is what it is. But yeah, that one was crazy to me.
Maybe it's AI generated. We don't know. Like
that's what I'm saying too. There's that. There's also that. One leg on each side of the fence. Yeah, like honestly, I feel like that's the best way to be anymore. Like these days, to bring people together, to bring the world together a little bit more, is to be a little on both sides of everything. Just be like, because we can talk about it, not have to be what the media wants us to do and have a panic attack over everything and hate each other.
Exactly.
But I mean, I'm a lot more foot on both sides of the fence than I used to be. So, and that's to me a good thing. I have a friend at work, a coworker he'll start, like, I'll go to the shop and I'll be sitting down and just like ready to pull out and go do like a task that I need to do, but I'll see him walking up to me with his cell phone out. I'm like, oh, shoot, here we go. And he's like going in hard, like so deep on all these conspiracy theories. Like he's way in there, and I'm just like, oh, dude, come on. I gotta go to work. You're talking to me for 10 minutes about stuff I don't need to care about. Just, you know what I mean?
Yeah. I see it all the time out here, like Seattle, like walking around. You'll see plenty of people like conspiracy theorists and like other people that are trying to like preach other stuff onto you and things like that. Like,
oh yeah,
especially it makes sense being in Seattle because it's like a big like tourist destination. So you see the shit like this all the time, like people with their phones out recording content and stuff like that. And it's funny too because like there's like plenty of like content creators out here in like Seattle and just in general.
Yeah.
And I've even met one before who's kind of big. And like, I in my mind, I was like, oh, she's probably like a jerk in real life or something like that. But I was wrong. Like, she was actually like a cool person. Like,
really? Yeah. Sometimes I have a few things too where I'm like, this person's gonna. I have a certain thought or feeling about someone that I'm like, I don't know. And then I'm like, but if I met him in person, I'd probably be okay with him.
Yeah. Yeah, like I remember I was like, before I came out here to Seattle, like I was like just looking up stuff, like seeing how Seattle would be and things like that, and that content creator had popped up. So I was like, oh, okay, cool. And like I remember one night when I went to like was like a Monday night jam session or something like that, and I saw her there. Apparently, she's like a VIP or whatever because she's a big content creator. She helped like promote the jam session and all that stuff in the community.
Mm-hmm.
And then I ended up meeting her there. I was like, "Oh, I recognize you from the Clock app or whatever." And I was like, and I met her and stuff, and she was actually like really nice and really cool and stuff like that. And she works hard when it comes to like the content too, like because I follow her like on Instagram and stuff like that. She posts like every day.
That's wild to me.
And like I don't know how she could do that, but like what I've come to find out is like there's other people out there that like they dedicate a whole day just to like filming stuff for content, and then they have like a schedule of like when to put out certain videos.
I've noticed that on YouTube. There's somebody I follow, Leon Lush, shout out. I love that guy. But I'll notice a few videos where he's wearing the same outfit and they're just spaced out like throughout multiple days, or he and his wife are doing reaction. I'm like, I bet they pick a day or two to just knock out like 3 or 4 videos and then edit another day possibly and then put them out over the week, which is honestly a great schedule.
Yeah, it works for them, you know, like, and I see how effective it can be. So it's like maybe I can try using that, but I'm not going to post every single day. Like I'm not that dedicated to social media like that. Maybe I'll post like a couple of times a week, but that's about it.
I tried that on Instagrams too, to post every day for a week, and it was way harder than I thought.
It's exhausting, right?
Yeah, it's because it's annoying. You have to edit and all kinds of stuff. Like, yeah, that's like no thanks.
And I just don't have that time either, like they do. Like I don't have as much freedom when it comes to time to like dedicate to content creation like they do.
Yeah, but it's also different too because I'm not a content creator person. I'm a musician, so having to split that and be a content creator is just not for me. You know what I mean? Some people are content creators, you know, and no shame.
Exactly, that's their lifestyle, and it's like they make it work. I'm like, I'm happy for them, you know.
Yep.
So they're able to live comfortably and be able to like visit places, all that stuff. So. Shout out to Michelle Villafuerte, by the way.
Shout out to whom?
That's the content creator's name, Michelle Villafuerte.
Sick. You like her?
That's cool. Her actual name too, which is funny. So
that's cool. Yeah. So my question is, you were working on that album for a while. What's the news with that? It was like a double album.
Oh yeah, for that, I decided for right now just to go a different direction with it. Like I talked about earlier, like I wanted to start releasing more like copyright, like royalty-free music for people to use in their streams and all that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So the different direction that I've been deciding to go with that is I'm going to like get a bunch of tracks together, but I can't do too much with them because it's got to be good for like just background music instead of just being like a whole like custom track, you know?
Yeah.
With like lyrics and like all that other type of stuff. Like it's just like instrumental, like background music. So I've been deciding to separate all the songs that I had in my first album that I had planned. I'm gonna separate those into like different genres for each of like the copyright-free albums that I'm gonna make throughout the year.
So you're almost.
And I'm not gonna make like a shit ton of them, but I'm gonna make like
instead of doing a prominent album, you're doing a copyright-free music album type thing.
Yeah, okay. But it's still gonna be based off of like prominent, so it's like it's gonna have like similar titles and things like that. Like one's gonna be like R&B based, another one's gonna be like lo-fi music, another one's gonna be like chill like house music. Yeah,
for sure.
Another one's gonna be like jazz fusion. Another one's gonna be like jazz standards and things like that. So people can have variety.
Are these gonna be all digital release only?
Yes.
Yeah, I figured.
Yeah, these are all going to be digital release only. The only time I'll release like albums like IRL copies and stuff like that is if it's like an album like, you know what I mean, just like for my music, you know, instead of just like for people.
I told people last week on stream, but I don't know if you were there, if you heard, but I'm almost done with Survive, which is a 5-song EP.
I did. I heard about that,
and I think I'm putting it out on vinyl.
Oh yeah?
Mm-hmm. I'm pretty psyched, dude. I'm actually very hopeful about it. It's vinyl, CD, and 2 people have now requested cassette, so I need to figure out a way to get it on cassette as well.
Oh, okay, cool.
But yeah, it's going. very well, thankfully. Like I said, putting the work in on Saturdays goes a long way. Kicking it in Toxic Stream, his Saturday morning tea.
I miss his streams, man. I try to catch him when I can, and I still go live, but due to time zone differences, it's too early for me in the morning.
Mm-hmm.
Because like when he goes live, it's like 5, 6 in the morning for me, and I'm still sleeping. So
Yeah. Yeah. Usually it's about 6 a.m. for you. And I'm up.
yeah,
I'm up with my tea, chilling, working, doing music stuff. So, I mean, my goal is to hopefully have it tracks officially finished by this weekend. Because, like, there are very few changes that need to be made. And then start looking at the process of, the artwork that I'm going to need for the vinyl and all kinds of stuff like that. See what my options are. And then following Saturdays, probably just start working on my next single. And then another EP. So it's just pushing it.
exactly. Like the music that it's not like me personal music that I'm gonna be releasing, but with the bands that I'm in, like we're working on it. Both of them we're working on EPs right now. Like one of the bands that I'm in, we just released a single like a couple of weeks ago, and I'm playing in that as well, which is really cool.
Mm-hmm.
And the other band that I'm in, we're gonna be releasing a single this week, hopefully. Actually, because we just finished recording, we've been going through like the mixes and all this stuff with the engineer and everything. So
Do you
everything
watch
sounds
them
really good.
mix and master?
Sometimes when I'm able to, like when sometimes like a few of us will go meet up with the engineer at their place and things like that, and like we'll do like a live like mixing session. Like, oh, we'll like listen to the song, like, oh, can you like do this or do that, like, and we'll just like discuss it. And like lately, it's been like we've had a few like different mixes, and he'll send it to us, and like the leader of the band, she'll like send it to everybody through like Google Drive, and it's like, oh, put your notes down in the drive or whatever. That way we can like make notes of the mix and send it back to the engineer for like the next version.
Mm-hmm.
So there's like 3 different versions of mixes, and then the master, things like that.
Have you picked up on any mixing tips by watching them?
Oh, definitely. Like it's helped me a lot with just like learning how different people mix and things like that as well, and how that's just the type of things that like people tend to pick up when it comes to different mixes. So it's helping me be a lot more broad when it comes to like how to go about mixing things and what specific parts I need to look out for, like the guitar part in this solo section needs to be a little lower so the horns can be heard and things like that. And then after the solo section, like turn the guitar back up so the vocals and the guitar can stand out, just things like that.
Yep. Have they gone over saturation, clipping, limiting, anything like that? Or is it really just the mixing stuff like that you discussed?
Usually, when we talk about mixing, like in this last song that we're about to release, like we were talking about like, okay, this section, like, yeah, the guitar needs to be compressed a little bit more because it sounds really like boomy, like it was recorded like in a brick room or something like that. So it's like turn down the reverb on it or something like that, or just like for the vocals, like there's too much reverb on it, so turn it down a little bit. And just like you can add a little bit with the harmonies and things like that as well, so that they can actually blend well together and not like one part of the vocals is sticking out,
I've learned something just recently that is going to speed up my mixing and mastering process. Templates. I need to save a default vocal template, a default guitar template at the volumes that I have on one of my final songs. Like, a lot of my guitars are probably sitting around -7, -8. And my vocals are probably, I don't know, sometimes a little higher than that. My bass is down lower than that. But I'm like, why have I for years been starting over from scratch with a brand new guitar template and having to remix it every time? If I'm making the same basic style, of music, I shouldn't do that. I should make it all sound consistent, have a template. So one of my goals after I get Survive done I'm going to save some of the templates from specifically Portrait of God because it's one of my best mixed songs I think ever. It's mastered so clearly, so beautifully. And I'm like, all right, I'm going to take a lot of those templates and just save them. Same for my drums, guitar, bass, subs. That way I can just have everything in there and I basically don't even have to mix. I don't have to EQ cut. I can just pretty much throw my master on it and be done. Like produce, finish. Like there are obviously going to be small differences like with every song that you're going to have to make. But
but it's a lot easier than trying to do it all from scratch and then having to remember how I did this if it's going to be like a similar style song, you know? Because that's why I have templates saved in my DAW as well. Like I have templates saved for like what kind of music I'm going to go for. And I even did it even further with like if I want to like record audio on there or something like that with like my trombone, for example, I had to save a template within that template. Like just save it to where like one channel has the audio saved and it's already EQ'd and stuff. That way I don't have to worry about EQ and trombone all over again, you know, because that takes forever.
Yeah. Yeah, 1,000%. I thought about you the other day because one of the songs on Survive is very symphonic. Tay likes it. She's made multiple comments, so thank you, Tay. It has a lot of instruments on it that I've not put in my songs before. It has like bassoon, clarinet, flute, oboe, has tuba.
Shit.
Yeah, has trumpet. I didn't put trombone in there. I was like, so I might need to revisit it this Saturday just to see because I don't know where a trombone fits. Like in a symphony, what's the difference between a trumpet and a trombone? Like, is one lead, one rhythm? Is one high, one low? What would you say?
Are you talking about like symphony in terms of like classical wise?
Symphony. Violins, violas, cellos, double bass, celestes, harps.
I guess it would depend on how the song goes. Like when it comes to trumpet and like trombone, comparing those two, like they can both stick out and be like the front man when it comes to a symphony. But like at the same time, like on average or default that I would say for the most part, trumpet and trombone, they're kind of like in the back burner, like providing like brass harmonies in the background too. Because like most symphonies that I've heard of, like the strings are background as well and like provide good background like ambiance and things like that. But the horns, they add a little bit more to that as well. But depending on the song, they can also be the forefront while the strings are the backbone, you know.
I think or the strings on mine are the forefront more than anything.
Okay.
Well, actually, so it starts with a synth. It's actually your synth, the prominent synth that you and I somehow had. You and I have the same sound. It's crazy. And then we met each other. I was like, I literally have that sound. Anyway, so it starts with that, but it's very filtered out, and then it slowly picks up into string work, and then a clarinet or an oboe and flute come in, and some really deep strings come in. Really builds up into a big crescendo, and then dies for a second, and then comes back in real softly with piano and more like brass instruments like tuba. The trumpets are happening at the same time. A bassoon. I think a bassoon's a woodwind though, right?
Yeah.
So that comes in too, and I don't think there are strings at the very end. It's all very organic sounding and feeling, and it tells the part of the story that needs to be told on the record like very smoothly.
Right.
I've never done something symphonic before, so hopefully people like it.
It's definitely like a change of pace for sure, because like I've done symphonic stuff a couple of times. It's way different than what I'm used to. Because like of course, like the type of music that I make, it doesn't require a whole symphony of instruments things, and I like to put strings in the background, but I don't really make it as dynamic as I could because it's not really like a symphonic type of song, But like if I were to do that, I would have to do a lot more with like the strings, for example, like add a little bit more notes to make it sound really orchestrated and sound really organized together instead of just being background.
Yeah. I mean,
like actually like writing a melody for the strings,
Yeah, I improvise a lot of it to be completely TBH. I'll play on piano on my keyboard and have an idea. I used to just do my strings all together. I would just pick a string preset and play the low and then the high. Now I switch that up. I'll intentionally grab like cello for the low, or double bass, the bass strings for the low, and then I'll take violins and violas for the high, and see where they fit. So it sounds way more natural. So I do that, and I actually, for this song, thanks to Toxic for mentioning it to me, he said there are pictures out there where there's a top-down view of the arrangement of a symphony, so you know how to pan your stuff. So I did that for this song too, which is odd to me because, I don't know, as a musician, I personally feel like whenever you have things separating your low ends and your high ends, I feel like the low should go in the left ear and the high should go in the right ear. That's how it makes sense to me, like reading a book, low to high. But it's actually opposite. So in this song, it was weird to put the bass in the right ear and then the high stuff in the left. Like your violins, violas, and stuff like that are from the center going to the left. Then you have like cello to the right, and then your deep bass further back and even further to the right.
Which I get that 100% too. Like, thinking about it, like looking back at it, like when I was like in concert band and symphonic band and stuff like that, like in high school and college, like the way they usually had like the horns, like, they would be in order from like, how like you have like chair orders, like first chair, second chair, third chair, whatever.
I don't understand what
like,
those are, but I think I get the rough idea. Like,
yeah, it's kind of like not like a ranking system, I would say, but like it's more based on like what parts you play. So like, say for like you got like a trombone section, for example, and you have like 6 horns, but there's only like 4 trombone parts. So like the bass, the ones that are playing like the low parts, like bass trombone and stuff, they're more towards the edge, like on the left side. If you were like sitting down and like facing the director in the band or whatever, and I would be more towards like the center if I was playing in first chair, like playing all the higher parts and things like that. That way it balances out better.
Pull up my stream real quick because I have this up on screen.
Okay, give me just a second.
This is what I was using for my arrangement.
Okay, yeah, this makes sense. The way this is set up, it's a lot more balanced this way too.
Yeah, so
I've seen it a bunch of different ways as well, where like sometimes, like depending on it, the piano will be closer to the front.
Oh, really?
Or like you'll all of like the strings on one side while you have all the brass on the other side. But it depends on what the piece is and what you're writing to.
Yeah, I went with
this is like a good like average reference right here.
Yeah, I went with this basic reference here. I put the violins to the left, and violas to the right, violins to the left. Yeah, because violas are a lower. Those are your mid strings, and
right.
It adds so much depth in like stereo field whenever you have the strings separated like that. I had cello in the song, and on the final product, they're gone. I don't know what the heck's happened to them. They're just gone. I don't know what I did. I really put time into recording a nice cello section too, and for whatever reason, somehow I deleted the file out of the arrangement and didn't notice until like the very end. I was like, oh, well, if I didn't notice until now, I guess it wasn't that important. So I'll just let it go. But I got bassoons in there for Toxic. I should probably see how a trombone sounds in there for you. Toxic also gave me the idea to put like reverb on things that are further back, so it gives the feel, the depth, and the distance of things. So I did that as well. It turned out beautiful, actually, to be honest, and I'm very happy with how it sounds.
I can't wait to hear it, man. I already know it's gonna be great.
Emotional as hell, dog. Emotional as hell. Yeah, right, Toxic? Anyway, I just went on a whole tirade about me there. Let's talk about you again.
I could say this for sure, like when it comes to creating music, like the way that you're going about it right now, it's probably a new direction for you, I would imagine. But given that you already have experience with when it comes to mixing and panning, like it's gonna sound great regardless. But like, I can definitely say that like when it comes to like the music that I'm trying to make right now, I'm not really trying to pan it out too much because like I was thinking of like the perspective of like people that mostly listen through like car speakers or like like Bluetooth speakers like in their house and things like that. They're not going to really hear those differences that much. So for the most
But
part,
you
I kind
still
of just
need,
keep it mono.
but you still need it because when you keep things a little bit more mono, you lose a lot of headroom, and
Exactly.
it
That's why I
makes it
still
harder
like
to.
pan it out just a little bit, just to like that way everything can mix well
Well, you want
together.
to
Because
keep
if I
your
just keep it
you want
completely
to
mono, everything's
you
gonna
want
be
to keep your
stacked.
low end mono.
Oh yeah, of
Keep your
course.
low end mono as much as possible, but whenever you start adding other instruments in a higher frequency range, that's when you really want to start panning them out.
Exactly.
Like me, I put hats to the left, hi hats, and then I separate my cymbals left, middle to right, depending on what
I
the
do
cymbals
too.
are. And then I do the toms.
I always like separate my drums as if I was like actually sitting there playing the
Yeah,
drums. So
dude,
like the hi hat, the snare is gonna be like a little bit over here.
you
The
gotta
toms are gonna
think
be like a
of
little bit here and
the
here. The
drummer.
cymbals gonna be over here, and the kick drum's always gonna be in the middle, of course,
Some
because it's the kick
people,
drum.
some people mix for the listener, how you would be viewing the drummer playing. I mix for
Yeah.
the drummer, so when the drummer listens, he or she can be like, "Oh yes, they thought about me. Heck yeah." You know what I
Yes,
mean?
yes. It's just
Prominent.
like you gotta be able to visualize as if you're the drummer sitting down playing with the band,
Yep.
instead of just being in the crowd listening, because you're gonna get a whole opposite vibe and it's gonna mess everything up.
Yeah. So Jake's asking if you have something coming out. You want to touch on that again? You're more than welcome to.
Of course. First of all, good to see you, Jakey Pigs. And second of all, yeah, I do have some stuff coming out too. I was telling the chat earlier that I do have like some projects that I'm working on in terms of like background music and theme songs for people, which is my next project that I'm going to be working on business wise. And what I'm going to do is like have throughout the year just release music like albums that people can use as like copyright free music or like royalty free music in their streams, but I can still get royalties as long as they credit me and things like that, of course. And I'm also planning on capitalizing on creating more like Twitch themes and like, or not just Twitch themes, but like theme songs for like Twitch streamers, YouTubers, and other creators that want to have like good background music or theme songs for the streams without worrying about copyright strikes and things like that. So those are the things that I'm working on right now. The direction that I'm going next with it right now to like get things started is kind of like focusing a lot more on jazz fusion in a way.
Mm-hmm.
Because like the way I'm kind of doing it right now is releasing like the background music albums. I kind of want to do it like in terms of like seasons or like time of the year, things like that. So around like this era, like March and April or whatever, I'm probably gonna focus more on jazz fusion and like traditional jazz stuff, and then closer to the summer, I'll focus more on like summery like Latin jazz vibes or like jazz house vibes, like dance music and things like that.
That'd be actually really cool. Then fall,
Yeah,
kind of like lo-fi warm vibes, so people can have their pumpkin
exactly,
spice hojicha lattes.
exactly. And then closer to like the holiday season, that's when like Christmas background music and stuff will come out and everything.
Yeah.
Which I figured like with that, I'm not gonna be able to create like as many like covers and stuff like that because I mean it's Christmas music, it's popular,
Yeah.
like, but I do have like a few ideas. I can make like my own like Christmas melodies and things like that as
Yeah.
well. And if I want to make like Christmas covers, I can do that just for like my own music instead of just it being like copyright music for people.
I can imagine you doing "Have Yourself a Merry Little Christmas" a cappella, just your voice. Yeah, dog. So wait, let me ask you. I got a question. If you were to make a
Yeah.
theme song for my stream, what do you think it would be?
I would probably think it would be like kind of like a like softcore like rockish vibe with like some little like jazzy vibes hidden in there as well.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like that would be like a really good combination for the both of us.
Like,
I feel like it would blend really well, honestly.
let's say you can't use any of my samples that I provided to you in the past, and you can't use my input. You have to go based off of your music knowledge and producing either within your scope to what you think fits my stream or outside of your scope. You think it'd be that?
I could definitely say this. Based on like the music that I've been listening to since I've been out here in Seattle, like literally like the last show that I did this past Saturday, the bands that we were playing with, sharing that bill and stuff, like they were like pretty much like rock bands, like rock, like fusion and like mix of like funk and like fusion or funk rock and things like that, you know?
Yeah.
So I was kind of thinking, I was like, oh, I can kind of like go that direction with a little bit, you know? It'll be like a good blend, but still closer to your taste when it comes to music in general. That way, when people hear the music for your stream, they'll be like, "Oh, this is definitely an Eyes vibe," but I can still feel a little like prominent vibes on there because he's the one that made it, you know. But I can tell like he made this for Eyes, you know.
Yeah.
Like one theme song that I made for another streamer, for like her like personality and things like that, the type of stream that she has. I made like a little like lo-fi theme, you know, and people loved it. Like it like fits her personality perfectly. Like when they hear that theme song, they think of her. So it's just like, okay, now I know what to do.
That's actually sweet.
Future things for people.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Tay said that'd be a fun challenge to make a short tune for in each other's style.
Exactly, you know.
I feel like
that's what I like about it. I like the challenge, you know.
I feel like I could make a song that passes off as you made it. I think so. I think
probably good, honestly. Yeah. I feel like you kind of have a few times too when we collabed and like.
I just need that rumbly bass. That do 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 do. You know what I mean? I just need to get
rumbly
that.
Like funky bass in the background.
Yeah, and then like the keys, do 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 do, like with the like the fifths and sevenths and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, we could do that. And my snare, all I'd need to do is find a rim shot.
That's true. Because you know I use rim shots all the time. So
Thanks, Jake. I mean, are you around Friday, Prominent? Can you catch a stream Friday? A couple people want. It's been voted that people want to do another community cook-up.
It's definitely true, and I would love to do that. Friday, I'm not absolutely sure, but I can find out before then for sure, and I can let you know.
Yeah, that'd be good.
Because I would love to do like community cook-up stream because those days were so much fun. I miss them a lot.
I'll do it. I just need people involved. You know what I mean? If it's just me and then one other person, it's like, this isn't, you know, I don't think.
It's not really like a community cook-up. That's just like a regular collaboration.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. And if it's going to replace a day of a limit date, we have to have people involved.
Definitely.
You know what I mean?
Which I'm pretty sure, like, if we like let people know ahead of time and stuff, like
I put up the poll,
give people time to like prepare and come through. Like I'm pretty sure we can get like a good amount.
I put up the poll, and I think Toxic said either this Friday or next Friday would be best for him. Hopefully it's next Friday because then we could really make sure you're playing for it too. Get people chilling.
I can be able to plan ahead. Because like I said, I work 2 jobs and I play in 2 bands, so like my schedule's been like, for a lot of stuff has been planned out kind of ahead, but like I can be able to make the time for it as well.
Yeah 1,000%. Or like make samples ahead of time.
Exactly.
I think the goal would be to just use 2 hours. Use 2 hours to put something together and actually export it instead of like keeping it on my computer. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Just export.
But of course, we wouldn't want to do too much with it either, you know, because we want to leave space for people to cook.
Yeah, exactly. Or maybe we could even put a template together on like a Friday or something and then put it in the chat. And if we don't have enough involvement that day, we'd just be like, all right, here it is. You guys can do whatever you want to it whenever you have time.
Yeah. And then like during the stream, like during the cook up or whatever, like I can be sitting there hanging out with the chat like I did before, like while we're all cooking up stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Like when I made when I made Dr. PC, like that was kind of like a community cook up right there.
Yeah.
Because like I was just like writing stuff, and then I remember you had like, I got something you might like, Prominent, and then you sent me those vocals. I was like, this is it right here.
That was like the last time you ever let me say if you don't like it, just absolutely trash it and dog it on stream. You're like, I sent that to you. You're like, game over. Don't say that anymore. Like, or something.
Exactly.
I mean, I'm paraphrasing, but it's like the feeling that I got.
Because I was like, this is, why would I want to trash this? This has made the song 10 times better. Like, what do you mean? Like, and I still listen to that song all the time too. And I still like, even when I'm at work, like, and I'm like playing music like on the Bluetooth speaker or whatever for the store, like I'll play that song sometimes and play like each other's stuff. And like, I'm always playing like my friends like local music and everything. It's always great. People are like, what song is that? I'm like, I'm actually a part of this. I made this song, you know? It's like
Toxic came in the stream last week and was like, I listened to Haley's Wrath earlier. Like, I don't know if it were by accident or something that he said, but he's like, I listened to it. Then I listened to it like 3 or 4 more times in a row. I was feeling it. I was like, fuck yes, dude. It's such a good feeling, dude. I love that feeling. And now, I mean, he's a big reason that I'm excited to get something out on physical, because he and I think either Q or Ortiz are very passionate about having stuff on physical media rather than, only digital. So it's going to feel good to actually have something, a part of history for everybody.
Yeah.
if they cop one, of course, not that anybody's obligated to. I'm going to buy 2. One vinyl to have to test listen, and then one to never open, just to have with my portrait of vinyls.
Yeah. What's funny is like,
what's up, David? Wow.
Just this past week, I've been
crazy.
like more inclined to like make like some vinyl records of my own stuff in the future, because at one of my jobs that I work at, the receptionist, she was actually like a big like jazz vocal singer in the past. Like, she's around like in her 60s now, but like around in her 20s and stuff. She like recorded like a couple of stuff with like big record labels, like the Blue Note type stuff. Like, it was actually that record label, the Blue Note. And like, she had like a vinyl record in like the space that we work at and stuff like that. So I would listen to it sometimes, and it's so good.
That's sweet, dude. Get her involved, dog.
Oh, definitely. Yeah, I plan on it, because like she has a nice voice and everything too.
And thanks for it not being an accident. I'm glad the music's going through your head, Toxic. That's a good feeling. So to the community cookups, the position is I try to give a couple weeks notice that I'm going to take time off, since you're truly live in the middle of my workday. Since you are truly live in the middle of my workday. So I need a good amount of time and acknowledgement in order to put the time off request. Just let me know when you can. How about we soft plan for next Friday? Because Prominent needs some time to, not this Friday, next Friday. We should plan for it then.
Right.
To get a community cook-up then. Because Fearless Moon was asking about it. He really wants to do another one. I'm like, yeah, I mean, we can if we get enough people on board. I kind of stopped doing them because like I thought they were played out, for 1, and then 2, like nobody was really doing them anymore. So I was like, all right, got to switch gears here.
Yeah. They did kind of like die out for a little bit, but if we can bring it back, like they probably won't be as like big as they were when we first started doing it, but we can definitely still be a lot of fun.
It felt very original when we first started doing it, but it wasn't at all, actually. Like, so many people did that on Twitch. So many people. And I didn't realize
I feel like the way we did it though was more so original than how others do it. Like, you remember how I would do it, like when I would stream, like I would start like with like a chord progression or something like that, and then like people would like send in like wave files of like some like little background noises that they would put in there, or like somebody would put like some percussion in there or something like that,
Yeah.
And then like throughout the stream, I would like mesh it into one song and like just mix it right then and there, and like,
yeah, that's how we both did it.
Organize stuff and things like. Yeah.
Do you remember? There was somebody who came into the stream. Blanking on the name right now. I'm super sorry. He's a very good musician. He sounds a lot like Cave Town. And we did the song with the dial-up internet sound in it. I played it on an intro stream, like either as an intro song to the stream, either last week or like 2 weeks ago. This is actually a very good song. I was like, wow, this was just a community cook-up. And it turned out amazing. Then there was the electric slide one. The internet one and the electric slide. Those are the 2 very best community cook-ups by far that I can think of.
Yeah, those were so much fun, man. I can't remember the one with like the dial-up tone or something like that. It sounds vaguely familiar, but I can't seem to remember honestly.
Yeah.
That's probably just so long ago, like years ago.
It was about 3 years ago, honestly.
Yes.
I started streaming about 3 years ago. It's crazy. It's wild.
Exactly.
The streams changed a lot, and I still like am trying to realistically figure out a direction of what I want to do with the stream. To be honest with you, things change.
I get that.
Sometimes I even feel like Eliminate's getting stale for people. You know, I love Eliminate Fridays. I love it, but I'm wondering if it's getting played out for people right now.
You might have to like add some more shows on there, if anything.
Yeah, I'm thinking. You know what I mean? Maybe react to some other stuff instead.
Like some other like shows, like Eliminate. Like what was that one show, like Next or something like that?
I would love to do Next. I would have to see if I could find a download of it somewhere to react to it. Next.
CJ's already like, yes, please.
See, I like Next so far better than Eliminate. But I do love Eliminate. The problem with Eliminate is when we get really boring episodes, and it's just like, this is lame. But like we have a couple where like last week's episode was really good, and it was just easy to make fun of the entire time. I love those.
It's always hilarious, like watching you make fun of those shows too, like, and just seeing how like the show's like put together and everything. You can tell it's just like nostalgic.
Yeah. Yeah, I was going in hard on some of the contestants last week, and I was like, I'm sorry, chat, my bad. I'm being kind of mean. And Q was like, no, I appreciate the truth. I was like, okay, cool. Keep going then. You know what I mean? It's cool. I tell people that they can say whatever they want. They're not going to get canceled. Eliminate is, you're not allowed to get canceled on Eliminate no matter what you say. Well, within limits, of course.
Exactly.
So where do you want to take the community? I guess you were talking about wanting to discuss some of that.
I did, yeah, because it was in my notes that like I wanted normally I wanted to like get the community a little more active again, because it's been dead for a while. That's not like completely dead, but just not as active as it used to be when we first like really made it and things like that.
Yeah.
But that's understandably because everybody gets busy with their own lives and stuff like that, you know.
Well, I think
like with me like moving and not being able to stream as much, and like at the same time it's just like there's so many people out there and so many streamers and creators that like everybody wants you to join their Discord server, and it's like there's so many communities trying to keep up with, so you have to choose which ones to prioritize, you know.
I think part of it though is at the beginning things like that really explode, and they're really fun because it's easy for you to take your focus off of things that you wanted to do to build something new, to hopefully have a group of people behind you to fuel you into your own stuff, but you get lost in just doing community things. And naturally, it may sound bad, but naturally you just take a step back and be like, I gotta work on my stuff. I'm not utilizing my time correctly. I'm not utilizing it to actually really get done the things that I need to get done. Like me with my records, and you with your live shows and stuff like that. And it's nothing like, it's no shame to the community, because like everybody wants the community there. But I think it's not only that it happens to us, it happens to the community members too. Like sometimes when you're on the recipient end of something, you think it's fun for a little while, and you're like, okay, I'm ready to find something else. You know, it's just part of life, I think.
No, you're absolutely right.
That
like we can get sick of things at some point, or just feel like we just need to move on to something else, because like we like to keep ourselves fresh, and like some things can get a little old and things like that for a while, you know. But for like as terms of like when it comes to the community, it's just like the way I see it, it's just like it's just a good way to just keep up with like the friends that you made throughout that community, you know. And just me being, I think it's like for me personally, it's a struggle with just consistency of just keeping up with people in general. Because not even just with like people on like Discord and stuff like that I struggle with, but it's a struggle with like texting friends, or like texting other group chats, or like even family sometimes. Because I'm so invested in my own life, I don't really try to make as much time as I can to like check on other people, see how they're doing, even though I consider them close friends, you know.
Yeah.
But it's not like I don't have anything against them. It's just like everybody's just invested in their own life at the end of the day, and they prioritize themselves, which is absolutely okay.
The nice thing is, off of everything that you said, is that we still do have a community, so people are still here keeping up with it, sort of, in their own ways. I'm sure like they check up. Like there are some people who are very consistent here, Toxic, Tay, Harm Free. You know, I appreciate I appreciate the hell out of all of them for just
For sure.
just being friends in the community, stuff like that, and hanging out. And they don't really even have to participate or be part of an anti-perfectionist community. It's just it's nice to have people here where you don't feel like you're trying to force a community. It's growing naturally.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And we can't force people to like stay within the community. We can't force people to chat. Like if they want to, that's great. But if not, that's perfectly okay too, you know?
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. I don't want people to feel forced to have to keep up with the community. I want them to want to be a part of the community if they want to be here. That was a lot of wants in one statement. I want them to want to be here. You know, and it's something like I told you, we discussed something before the show that we've noticed a community member, you know what I mean? Like not being around so much anymore. And it's like we both discussed that it's nothing personal to us at all. It happens.
Not at all.
That happens all the time in communities, especially in this industry or, you know, internet culture. It's just people come and go. It happens. And it's...
And that's perfectly okay, you know?
It's not your fault because
you're going to run into people. You're going to run into people that can't really stay long because they got their own lives to worry about, and they got other communities probably within themselves that they want to prioritize.
Yeah,
it's like we can't get mad if they're not like prioritizing our community first, like because everybody has like their own communities that they have to worry about, and like same thing with us. Like apart from this community, there are others that we look at more than others, and that's perfectly okay, you know, because everybody at the end of the day has a community. But we're going to burn ourselves out and tire ourselves out if we're trying to like prioritize every single community. We're going to get tired and eventually just cut off everybody. And nobody wants that to happen with anybody, you know?
Well, the thing I'm starting to realize just in this conversation, this discussion about the community that I like is that, excuse me, everyone's realistic that you can't be online all the time. You can't be grinding all the time. I can't be expected to be in your community all the time. I can't expect you to be in my community all the time. Everybody has that mutual understanding. So nothing feels forced, and it's easier for people to be around in the community because they don't feel like they have to participate. They can... Am I making sense, or am I just...
No, you are making a lot of sense.
It feels more like a natural group, and it's like when I lost a follower the other day, I don't remember, and someone in chat said good riddance or something, and I was like, or I don't remember, it was something funny, and I was like, oh yeah, I know what you're talking about. Oh wait, never mind, I'm missing the point entirely. Ignore that. But what I'm saying is, whenever you have people who come and go and don't stay, it's just refining the community a little more, and it's nothing personal against them, it's nothing personal against you when they leave. It's just part of it.
Yeah,
you can't hold on to numbers.
It's how it goes at the end of the day, and it's just like we're not forcing you to stay. If anything, like it's perfectly okay. Like, but it's really nice that you wanted to consider like hanging out with us and with the community and things like that. Like that still means a lot to me at the end of the day, you know.
Yeah, and that's why I like to still keep up with streams too, because I love just chatting with people. In the community.
Exactly, it's fun just to hang out with people, see how they're doing, you know.
Yeah.
Like,
and Toxic, what I just pinned, right to my point of like, you can't be expected to be a freaking machine, dog. Like back in the day, wait 2 years before you hear from your favorite artist again. Not every week, and that's kind of the mentality where I am. Like I'm not an online heavy guy, and it's weird to me that it's expected out of people these days. Like, you need to be grinding all the time. You need to be putting a post out every day. You need to market. And like, from someone like me who's so anti-advertisements and so anti-marketing being in my face all the time, I feel very hypocritical and like a scumbag if I'm marketing all the time. So I can't just
Yeah,
live
'cause, like,
online.
we're not sitting here like we're not robots trying to just constantly like grind and market ourselves, promote ourselves. Like that's kind of become like the online mentality you have to have if you're online, if you're trying to do something for yourself. But it's just like at the end of the day, like it's good to do that, but that's not our main purpose. We're not meant to just put ourselves out there like that. We're meant to live, and make friends, make communities.
Yeah. Yeah.
And online is a perfect place to do that. Like all of the friends that I've made, like including you, of course, that we made like just through online communities and just talking and hanging out. Like we didn't go out and like promote ourselves just to make friends and things like that. We just did it naturally.
Yeah.
Just because we were just regularly online, but we're not like online 24/7 trying to make something of ourselves.
And
If that makes
we're still tight to this day. I mean,
exactly
that's
to
the
this
cool
day.
part. Yeah, and we've never met in person. It's kind of mental. You know what I mean? By the way, prominent toxic. I just noticed. I'm scrolling through the chat. He put lost to find out who unfollowed last. It said it was you. So what's up with that? Why did you
That's kind of messed
unfollow?
up.
Exposed.
Well, the bot's a fucking liar. I'll tell you that right now. Because I never touched that unfollow button at all. So
The co-host of all people is what
the
toxic
bot's
said.
trying to gaslight me, of course.
Yeah, yeah.
Rage baiting, whatever you want to fucking call
We
it.
want you to want us to want to be here. It's like, whoa, Tay's effing with my head. Crazy.
just literally just.
I think I try to, maybe I say it too much, maybe I preach too much. So tell me if I'm too opinionated. Everybody in the chat and you included, like I try to emphasize that we need to slow down a little bit. Like the expectation that the internet has set, it's like the internet's taken over our brain and now it's in control. And it's like, no, you can't let it have that control. You got to slow down, stay off the internet for a while, stay off social media, and really, it could take a few years to get to that point. But it is much better when you're at that point where you don't feel that constant pressure of some inanimate or maybe invisible, it would be a better word, some invisible machine beckoning you to scroll, post all the time. It's much more realistic way of thinking. You make much more genuine connections. It's how society is, you said?
Yeah, that's just literally how it is nowadays because people have, like back when we were younger, you know how everybody preaches like the times back then were so much more freeing and so much better and all that stuff because we didn't have the internet to rely on just to like do as many things as we do now.
Mm-hmm.
There weren't as many distractions, but you look at how it is today, it's a complete opposite. Like at just the one touch of your phone, you're going to have distractions left and right, and trying to separate from that is a lot different than not having to worry about it as much as we used to when we were younger. And because of how the internet has shaped society, everybody expects to be able to grow big by being online even more than we need to.
And I think I have some of these opinions because I'm seeing how badly it is currently shaping society. Like it feels like it's getting worse and worse all the time. Like Discord now wants you to be able to age verify by either scanning your face for their safe area where they just had a data leak, or take pictures of your driver's license, which is again safe. Now Apple and Android are trying to bake it into the operating system that you need to verify your ID, and I'm so against this, and it feels like everything's dystopian. It's getting to a point to where it's just like, where are we headed to in genuinely in life? Where are we heading? It feels like everything is out there to gain more control of you and what you see and what you do, what you have access to, and to limit you in the protection of children. And I'm like, yeah, I'm not buying that for a second. I don't buy that for a second. And part of it is like, you look around and everything now, like where I work, they're starting to use like marketing materials and stuff like that, like throw pillows and stuff. They're using AI generated art. So I'm seeing AI generated art more and more surrounding me. And it feels like I'm getting trapped, like just getting squeezed in this little airtight bubble that is like, I don't know how we're going to break out of this. It feels like things are getting way more and more dystopian, and we're losing a lot of the freedoms and the small things that we can enjoy that gave us those freedoms.
Right. And it feels like AI is just kind of like getting forced on us in a way where it's just like they're trying to make it seem like we have to use it to be able to do what we need to do just for daily tasks nowadays.
Yeah.
But it's just like, it's good for like tools wise, but like when it comes to AI generated art and stuff like that, it's ridiculous.
Well,
you know?
imagery.
And like I see
Toxic's
plenty of my friends
correcting both of us. It's not art, it's imagery. I like that.
Well,
AI
imagery,
generated
yeah.
imagery. Sorry,
Okay.
go on.
I like
go
that
on,
too.
go on.
But like, for example, like I'll see like friends or whatever, like on Instagram or whatever, they post something on the story and it's like an AI generated image because it was like the fun trend to like make an image of yourself at the time. And I just look at it, I'm just like, why are you doing this to yourself? You really don't need to do this. Like I'll even dog myself for it. I was a victim of it for a little bit. Like I was making like AI generated images for like some of my past like single arts or whatever. But then like realizing how deep it's gotten, like I stopped doing that entirely. I was like, this is ridiculous. So fuck that shit. And it's like, I want to be able to support my friends as well that are actual artists. So why can't I just put aside like the extra money to like support them, and like it helps them out as well. Plus I get some really cool art out of it. That's not AI generated imagery, but it's actually made from a real artist.
Yeah.
People will appreciate that a lot more than just some crappy image that is slightly messed up because it's easier and it's free.
I genuinely appreciate, I just thought of this right now. I genuinely appreciate just seeing a white page with Comic Sans text of the song name. That's it. I would much rather see that as an album cover than some AI generated slop. I'm to that point. Okay. Give me basic album cover or nothing.
If it comes down to it, I'll fucking draw it myself. Exactly. I don't care. Like, and I'm not an artist I can't draw, like, but I'll make something.
Yeah.
That'll be like somewhat decent. It'll be a lot better than some slop that I just created from a prompt.
Exactly. It's bothering me a lot. I took it to a negative state here, but like those are the things that sometimes you just wake up and you're just like, it feels like you're just stuck in dystopia.
Oh yeah.
It's not even black and white, dude. Things are like
a lot of people aren't really trying to avoid it. That's the thing too. Like they're just fully embracing it. Like you see like these AI generated like apps that are like making like these videos that seem like really in detail and real and stuff like that. It's kind of scary thinking about it.
Yeah.
Cause like the way that more people are leaning into it, it's people are going to start embracing that more. And then like what's going to happen in the future when like there comes like a type of situation, like let's say for example, like somebody is getting convicted of a crime that they didn't commit or something like that, but somebody made a video that was AI generated, but it's so realistic and you can't even tell that it was fake. And then next thing you know, they're going to jail for something they didn't do.
Yeah. And just keep in mind, this is the stuff we have access to. They've had our current technology, they probably had it like 10 years ago.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean? There are some serious systems out there. So the stuff we currently have access to and know how AI works, it's already 10 times more or 10 times worse than what we can perceive.
It's scary, and especially when it comes to music too. Like I don't know if I told you this, but like there was like one YouTube channel that I was like listening to for like a little bit, for like a month or two or something like that. And it was like this, like, you know how like those videos they post like compilations, like 3-hour long like mixes of just music for like background stuff.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
like,
yeah.
I was listening to it because it's like, okay, this is actually really good. That I couldn't tell the difference at first, but then after a little bit, I started listening to it, and then the way that the instruments were playing and stuff like that, I was like, "Fuck, this is AI generated."
How can you tell? Because I haven't listened to a lot of AI generated music, and I want to know first, like immediately, so I don't accidentally love a song. And I'm like, oh, frick, it was AI generated.
One example that I noticed, like the thing that I noticed that I found out it was AI generated was like, I was listening to this one like smooth jazz song, and like the sax solo, like close to the end of the song, I could tell it was AI generated because first of all, you couldn't hear any like natural like clicks from a saxophone or anything, and throughout like half the solo, they weren't taking a breath or anything at all. It was
Yeah.
like unreal.
Yep. Yep. I actually, side note, try to keep that in mind with the symphonic piece that I wrote. With like,
I do too with like the stuff that I write. Like, make sure to leave spaces and gaps,
Yeah.
throw away.
yeah.
Because even though I'm writing it like with MIDI or whatever, I don't want to people think it's AI generated because it's not. But it's like
Yeah.
you got to leave space for people to
Yeah.
like leave space to breathe.
Human.
Basically, just
Space.
you're making phrases
leave
like it is in music.
Leave
like, musical
space to
phrases.
be. Leave some space to be human.
Exactly.
Actually, it shouldn't even be some space. All space should just fucking be human at this point. Sorry. David said AI can be good in certain circumstances, but it's going to be down to the user to decide what to accept. It's certainly open to abuse. And we use AI to narrate text with the right voice. It's amazingly good. I try to I think the few cases where I find that AI is not so problematic to me, and some people might find it controversial or hypocritical, is using things like ChatGPT as a search engine rather than trying to write a book or a song for you. But if you use it on searching, how can I
like organize an email list or something like that?
get better at mixing this set? For instance, I asked it, I'm trying to mix a song that sounds like Circus Survive's Flesh and Bone, but I want it to be as loud and powerful as Say Hi from Dance Gavin Dance. And it was like, those are two completely different songs, but let's break this down. These are some things you can try with the mix. Try this, try that. And it is amazing how much you can learn from it. And it was cool because I did actually learn a lot. But using it,
and it's those types of things like that's good. Like AI can be used for that for sure, and I would be down for that.
Somebody exactly. And somebody in chat the other day said, "No, I don't like that at all," and I respect that opinion. My argument against not liking that at all is I don't want to sit through YouTube video after YouTube video after YouTube video where someone's just like, "Hey, welcome to my channel. Today we're going to talk about saturation." A lot of people don't know what saturation is because they're using GarageBand. Now, GarageBand was founded in 2006 by Apple, and it's like, just tell me.
Bro, can you get on with it? Like, come on,
dog. Like, so there's that, and then
I know they make a long video just for the sake of it being long. Like, they're not really explaining how to do shit.
And other things that I think AI are good for are like medical advances and stuff like that. There are some things that help humans that don't replace humanity. You can work in tandem with humanity, and I think that's a lot better.
Like one thing that I saw that like I saw another like creator like use AI for, which I thought it was actually useful, was like when they post something on their story talking about like, oh, if you message me this, I can give you like access to like the course that I'm doing or something like that. And like since they're really big, it's gonna be hard for them to like get all those DMs down like personally, so they have AI do it for them in a way.
Yeah, it's almost like me right now going into chat and typing socials. It automatically populates the socials. It's almost similar to that,
like
right?
Nightbot and stuff like that, for example. Like that's useful, you know. That way the socials pop up every now and again. You ain't got to worry about remembering to type it every time.
Yeah. Now talk about your phone for no reason. Yeah. GarageBand was founded in 2006 whenever the creator of Steve Jobs ended up creating this thing called a phone. I have a phone, and it's great. I love my phone. My phone number is 919. It's like, I don't need to just teach me about effing saturation and why I need to use it. Jeez, dude. Thing is, nothing can beat the character and quality of your own voices. Exactly. 1,000%. I agree, David. And thanks for calling us unique. That's really kind.
It really does mean a lot.
So, I mean, these are opinions. I'm sure not everybody agrees with them or even shares them, but hell, it's our podcast.
I'm not here to change
other
people's
opinions a little bit.
But like, if they want to take a different direction with AI, that's on them, you know. But you and I have our own opinions and feelings when it comes to AI in general and how we use it.
Yeah.
Like for both of us, we're definitely not going to use it to make art or music at all. Hell no. But I'll definitely use it as a tool to like help me
Yeah.
progress like with my production values and like keeping things organized within like across online and stuff
Yeah.
like that, you know.
The one thing that I definitely for sure learned from it was talking about how I kind of gave it some. I just was because it's like when you talk to Jeep, it's like you're actually having a conversation. It's crazy.
Yeah.
So using it, it was like, what's your loofs hitting? Your LUFS? I was like, oh, it's this and stuff like that. But I compared to other bands, and they're kind of hitting the same. And it was like, all right, well, do you have just a limiter on your master? Because you should probably could have put a clipper on there too. And I'm like, what? What is that? Like, I mean, I know what a clipper is. I'm like, but you put that on a master chain, and it said, yeah, it'll cut some of the spiky transients and let your limiter do less work. It was like, it told me, sound like you're using about 10 decibels of limiting. You shouldn't be using that much. Your mix should already be loud and powerful as it is, and probably 5 or 6 max. And by the end of it, on my songs, I was using like 3, and it's like loud, it's powerful, it's punchy, and I was just like, holy jeans, I have learned so freaking much about mixing within the past month without having to dig through forum bases and YouTube videos where people are talking about mowing their lawns to figure out how to saturate stuff. It's like, I don't need to know. You know what I mean?
Like that's one thing I've used with mixing, for example, too. Like one of my like almost all my templates that I have saved, like the limiter is in the master channel already, but I only keep it between like 3 and 5. That way, it gives me a lot less work when it comes to limiting stuff after I've recorded things. You know?
Yeah, yeah. But the difference between the 3 and 5, what I'm saying is, I could keep mine at 3 or 5, but it wouldn't be hitting -9 loofs. It would be sitting at like -15, which is too quiet. So there's more mixing work that needs to be done, more compression, saturation, stuff like that in the mix that needs to happen to bring that volume up. Now, when I get technical about this stuff, I can't help it. I love talking about this stuff. I know I lose people on the podcast. They're like, what is he talking about? Stop. But like
like it just sounds like foreign language to them.
Unless they're into it, then hopefully it's helping somebody out there. You know, and look what Toxic is saying in the programming world. Sometimes trying to search a simple concept will just return Stack Overflow threads of people trying to do something similar, but never tells me how to do whatever basic concept in said language. Jeeps will just flat out tell you, here's a JavaScript for each loop. Exactly. And I even similarly had my computer crashing lately, and I finally just copied the diagnostic report that Apple sends after a crash, paste it into Jeep, and asked about it, and it immediately gave me an answer. It was like, yeah, it sounds like it's a hardware issue. Let's diagnose together. So I went through some diagnostics, and it said, yep, it looks like there's possibly a hardware issue with your computer. Good news is you caught it early. Bad news is it's going to get worse over time. So you either need to take it to an Apple store and get that logic board replaced, or get a new computer. So good thing I'm backing up my stuff. But it's just crazy. I love it. Do you remember that one? What Toxic's last chat? The dust in my face is from my lawnmower. Do you remember that community cook-up?
Oh my god, I do remember that.
Dust in my face is from my lawnmower. So funny, dude.
I forgot about
Toxic's vocal contribution was amazing. And to be fair, Jeeps has argued with me in the past too. You win some, you lose some. Yeah, I don't fully take everything at face value. If it seems right, I'm pretty just like, yeah, for sure. But then sometimes I ask Jeep something, and it's like, it tells me something, and I'm like, I'm not going to take that at face value, but I'm also not going to research. I'll just kind of keep it in my mind because it's not that important to me. I just kind of want to know a basic general concept of it. I asked it the perfect temperature to cook potatoes in an air fryer to make French fries, because I didn't want to go through a website that had the whole life story and then a whole recipe and then pop-up ads all over the place, which I don't get because I pop-up block. But Anyway, it told me 380 degrees. And then it said, for crispier fries, do it at 450 or something like that. And then in parenthesis, it said, my go-to. I'm like, bitch, you don't cook fries. This is not your go-to. Like, what are you talking about, dude? Like, shut up, my go-to. Stupid.
I remember that last air fryer that I had. Like, honestly, I would just leave it at like the highest temperature all the time and just like adjust the time to like cook things because it just made it easier.
Kind of
for
what
me
I
that
do
way.
too. That's kind of
Because like I'm just
how
like
I do it.
honestly like adjusting the temperature like it's not really gonna make much of a difference. It's just gonna take a little bit longer to cook.
If you have it on a
But still, if
higher,
I like
well,
reduce the time.
it makes a difference.
fine.
It makes a difference. If you have your air fryer on a higher temperature, it's going to crisp it more. However, if your food is cold,
That's just
it's going to crisp the outside, and you think it's done, but the inside is cool. So that's where you have to balance. Like if your food's fresh out of the refrigerator, you might want to try a lower temperature, so it crisps and actually gets the inside warm. Best method is pull it out of the refrige for about an hour, or let it sit room temperature for an hour to 2 hours, and then put it in your air fryer for like 3 minutes on 400 degrees.
yeah. Or sometimes like I remember before when I cooked salmon with the air fryer, like I wouldn't cook it entirely in the air fryer. I would just use it to like
It
thaw it
sounds
out
like
a
a
little
good
bit.
idea. But anyway.
And then I would, so to like start cooking on the inside as well, once it's like thawed out a little bit, I'll like puncture it a little bit with like a knife or something, and then let it thaw out a little bit more. And then the rest of it, I'll just cook it over the stove. That way I can cook more evenly.
But
and I
can't
can
you just
season
eat salmon raw?
You can, but I prefer to cook it. It tastes a lot better. That
Oh,
way.
yeah, you like your meat well done, too. You have a problem.
Not well done. No, I don't cook it well done. I've
Sorry.
never done-
Extremely done. My bad.
Not even that. Just like around medium, I would say, is where I cook
That's
it, like my
fair.
burgers
All
and
right, I'll stop hating on you so much.
stuff. No, I'm not trying to eat a fucking leather shoe or something.
That's
like
good. That's good. You know me. I like it. As if it has a heartbeat, then it's dinner time.
that.
It has to be super rare.
Like you remember, like I had like that George Foreman grill as well, and I'll cook my burgers that way and things like that. I miss that thing. That was so good.
I had fries last night, made them in my air fryer, washed off all the starch, big cuts on these ones, simple seasoning, olive oil, and a bit of salt. Made it with my bassa filet and salad. That actually sounds really good.
Sounds good.
What's
does.
the eyes ... Do you have something to say?
I know. What are you trying to say? All right. So before I get to the I don't know if I have any more topics honestly that we can touch base on, but
Okay.
I know we're almost at like 2 hours, so I was gonna think we can just like open it up for the chat for like the last 10 minutes.
Yeah.
To like ask me questions.
Yeah, if you guys have questions.
So, like, yeah, if you have any questions for us, like about like what we plan on doing for like the future wise, for like the podcast or anything for either of us, just go ahead and ask away. Like,
Yeah, pretty much, dude. I just admitted to being a carnivore. I am definitely a carnivore. Cannibal? No, cannibalism is eating other human beings. You can eat something with a heartbeat that's not a human being, and that does not make you a cannibal.
No.
Right? Prominence actually has my back on
I
this
wouldn't
one.
think so.
That's a good feeling.
I wouldn't think so.
Wrong C word
Because
about
like
eating.
if you're eating like a
C
fucking
word.
animal, that kind of still has a heartbeat, and that's not really cannibalism because it's not a human. It's an animal, you know.
By the way, so far you're the father. I need Toxic to confirm or deny. Congratulations, dude. You've done it. You made it. Do I have a sound effect in Discord here?
I'll just do it myself.
Now that's what this is all about.
Do I have...
Yes.
Oh, yeah, there it is. Yeah. Thanks for confirming that he's the father.
This is what happens when you start the podcast. So now I got fatherly duties to worry about for you.
That's
guys.
right, dog. Dude, so
I mean, I'm kind of already a father in ways if you think about it, because I have this little one right here that I have to look at.
Oh my gosh, he's one of those. He is officially a millennial. I'm a cat dad. Can you guys believe it?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, Choose was supposed to be
I will
on.
not deny that. I'm a cat dad.
Choose was supposed to be on today, but I guess she had something come up with school. So
Yeah, she said she had a project to work on, so she wouldn't have time to
Yeah.
join in for the podcast.
We'll figure it out
today.
whenever she's available. Yeah.
Probably like the next episode we'll have her as a guest, and then also with that, I'm planning on getting up just like a lineup of guests for future episodes as well, because I know there's plenty of other people that want to guest on the podcast as well. So I have a couple other people in mind for the future as well.
Cool.
We can just get a list going.
I had somebody in mind. I don't remember whom, but I could figure it out. I want to get a Rode lav mic at some point. It comes with a receiver and 2 microphones. Be fun to meet in person, have sit down interview with each person with their own mic. Kind of cool. Or you and me in real IRL. Speaking of in IRL, I have to flex real quick if you guys don't mind. And then Prominent, it's your we should start a segment of the show called Flex Time. So think of something you can flex about. I got one right now. My good friend Nick, he was like, I told him about the vinyl, and he's like, I will get one if you sign it. I'm like, absolutely I will, dude.
Oh, fuck yes.
So that means I have to ship the vinyl to me, open it up, sign it, somehow package it back up and send it to him where he lives. That's a really good feeling. All right, your turn to flex.
No, I do have something I can flex on. Even though like one of the bands that I've joined in, like within a month of me coming out here in Seattle, like, and the latest single that they released, like this is the first single that they released since I've been here at least. They gave me an exclusive trombone solo on that, and now every time that we perform that song live, I get the main solo.
No chance. Yo, stop playing.
Before it was just
emotions.
a saxophone, but they were like, Brandon, you want the solo on this song? I was like,
yeah. That is a pretty good flex, dude. I'm not.
And now I got like the permanent spot on that song as like the solo person.
Yo,
it's so sick.
I'm not even gonna hold you. That's tight. Congrats, David. I can get one for sure. Whenever I get them released. Get a sign.
You know what? I'm gonna pull up the song for you guys.
Yeah.
And I'll put it in the chat for you guys if you guys want to listen to it.
Or just stream it on Discord. I can play it in the background. Or you can.
That's true too. You know what? Forget the regular version. I'll share our Tiny Desk version that we submitted for Tiny Desk.
Oh, by the way, those of you who buy the vinyl and CD are definitely the vinyl, possibly the CD. I haven't decided yet, but those of you who get the vinyl get the instrumental version as well. So, not getting that digitally.
There, I linked it in the chat for you.
I'll type.
So you can like throw that in Discord if you want.
I can't share audio in Discord.
Oh, okay,
I swear, ever since Discord's update, they're just getting worse and worse. I'm like, I'm thinking about just deleting it, moving over to a different platform. But Toxic and I talked about it the other night. It's like, yeah, that's like everybody has to switch over, but we'll see.
Exactly.
We'll see. Vinyl is traditional. Yeah, I actually love vinyl.
So true.
I think the only thing I have to figure out with Survive is that I have to do a vinyl master, because I guess digital masters do not sound exactly right on vinyl. You can do it, but it doesn't sound exactly right. There was a website that whenever you put it on vinyl, they'll do a digital master for like $10 or something like that, or $100 extra or something, and I would do that. I could probably just Jeep search how to do a vinyl master, because I'm sure it's like just take the song and drop it a few decibels to where the lifts aren't as loud or something. I don't know. I have to look into it. Are you?
All right. So we're about like what 5 minutes left until we hit that 2-hour mark.
Jam. Yeah. Look at you in this video.
Is there anything that you wanted to like announce anything before we end this episode?
For me, no. Just keep an eye out for Survive. Keep an eye out for the announcement. The record's, I guess, yes. So yeah, this is turning into a yes. The record's almost done. I pretty much have the masters pretty much set and finished. Just a couple small adjustments that I need to make. And then I'll look into what it's going to take to get them on vinyl, CD, and possibly cassette. So I'll be making that announcement as soon as I can, because I'm very proud of this.
If anything, you can just get the equipment for like at least CDs, and like you can just do it yourself for a lot cheaper.
You can, but actually no. I agree, but the website I'm using, they do it on demand, like fourth wall. So I don't have to. I send them the material, they print it out on the sleeves or CD cases. That whatever. I think I'm probably just gonna do like a cardboard sleeve type CD for the CDs. Actually, I'll see what Toxic wants. He's the main CD head that I know. I think the vinyl option, I have the option to go clear instead of black on the vinyl. And for the album artwork, it's perfect. I'm going to do clear. It's very cool. So, yeah, that's my announcement. What do you got?
I'll just repeat what I said earlier about when it comes to future plans of music. Like, if you guys, first of all, if you're on, like, follow me on Instagram, it's at the Prominent BEG. But I'm gonna be posting more on there about starting like when it comes to business of like creating like theme songs and like background music for people for their streams and things like that, for just not even just streamers but content creators, YouTubers, all that kind of stuff. So if you would like any type of theme songs or background music for your music, feel free to hit me up, because like what I'm planning on doing first is doing like opening 5 free slots for people to do it for free. So if you want to like claim that spot, and that way you don't have to pay anything at all, you can be able to claim that.
That's sick.
But that'll start once I like post it and things like that as well, which I'm probably planning on doing by this week once I have the time. Well, I do have the time, but I'm planning on doing it this week. I just gotta
once your ducks are in a row.
Yeah. Wait, what'd you say? Sorry.
Once your ducks are in a row.
Yeah, exactly. Once I get all my ducks in a row, everything will align.
Everything will start to flow. But got 'em. Bars.
Exactly. So you just be on the lookout for that in the future.
Yeah. Other than that, we're pretty set to go. Feel free to put your socials in chat if you want, Prominent. Mine are here.
Of course.
You guys can follow me. Please follow my Spotify and share my music with your friends and keep listening, please. It means the world to me. Really. On any platform that you can. I'm on YouTube, I'm on Twitter, I'm on Instagrams. Spotify, here, and Instagrams are the ones that I'm most active on. So, and Prominent's more active on Instagram than I am, for sure.
Yeah.
But I think that's about it, dog, honestly.
Pretty much. Like, we touched everything in my notes and all that stuff, so. And this was just a fun ass comeback to the podcast.
I think so.
We need to
figure out a good schedule, because I don't do Tuesdays that much anymore. So if we can figure out getting a Wednesday or Thursday, maybe even a Friday for the stream.
Honestly, a Wednesday might work for me.
All right, that'd be really actually good. Something to do with the medium work. Space will be hella distorted if it's panned. This kind of thing that's tough to know unless you actually know these things. For mastering using your computer, don't hear it played on the physical medium, which is where hiring someone who already knows their stuff can be risked. All right, chilling. Oh, on the stage. I haven't done stage works. I did an open mic recently, but
I'm getting more used to stage work. I can definitely say that.
Yeah, I'm probably
like just like how to set up, just like setting up for a show and stuff like that.
Yeah,
and how the sound works and all this stuff.
I could get
starting
more
to get a little
in that. Well, that's that, man. Thanks for your time. Thanks for chilling today. And
of course.
Thank you guys for being here.
I'm glad we were able to start doing this again, man. I can't wait for future episodes.
I'm going to put the background music up and fade out. Say goodbye, Prominent, to everybody. Bye, everybody.
Of course.
Thanks for being here.
Thank you guys, everybody that stopped by and came to hang out during our podcast episode. It's great to see all of you guys again. It's always great to be able to hang out with the community, you know. So absolutely. I'm really grateful for this.
And thank you guys for watching this week's episode of the Antiperfectionist Podcast. We hope that you enjoyed the show. Feel free to hit like, send a comment down below, share it with your friends, and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. That was a perfect YouTube outro. Boom. I got it. Easy. I didn't even wait till after the show. I got it. Perfect. Yeah, throw a prime. Do what you guys got to do. Get off the internet a little bit. No generative AI for imagery or art. Just don't be afraid to make mistakes.
Use it as a tool to help you progress whatever you need to, but when it comes to art and music, don't do it.
Just make mistakes. It's okay. Get through the cringe.
Make mistakes and learn and grow.
Exactly. We're on the goodbye screen now. Or actually, technically, now we are. I'm going to turn up the music. We only have love for you guys. Right, Prominent?
Yes, we do. Much love and nothing else. I freaking love you guys.
You guys take it easy. I'm going to mute Prominent so we can wrap up the stream. And here's your raid message. God's grace, Godspeed.
Have a great rest of your day.
Absolutely. I agree. Bye for now.
See ya.
I guess our love just wasn't worth